What it do? It's your boy ELOOO, and we back in the building with another episode of Sip This Coffee. What I'm sipping out of today. Ooh, I got a new one. That thing that clean. That's a nice cup. I love these new mugs. We U'd up today because that's what the episode is today. We breaking down the Miami Hurricanes roster. We breaking down the Miami Hurricanes roster today. But before we get going on that, I want to just play back a clip of me from a year and some change ago, that I made this statement. So, without further ado, let's do it. There.
And
Okay,
you
hold on 1
supposed to be
second. Man, I got to go on the search
Xavier-
with y'all real quick. Here we
what
go.
Mario has done this year to the roster, on top of what Mario has done.
Hold on. Hey man, y'all rock with me. Stay tuned with me, cause come on, man. I'm like, sometimes I go back and I watch this stuff. I be like, bro, did you really put it on the line like that there? Yes. Hold on. Let's come back to it. I said on that clip over a year ago, that was before the season that year, last season, in which we made it to the national championship. That was before the season of last season, in which we ran through the playoffs. All the SEC teams that stepped in front of us, all of the teams that we was told was gonna, they didn't just say they said they were gonna mollywop us. They used the old school slang term on us. They said them guys was gonna mollywop us. So to go back and watch a clip like that from Sip This Coffee while I'm sitting down with y'all, and I'm telling y'all, man, what Mario doing down here is crazy, because I'm watching the recruits come in. I'm watching the transfer portal transfer. You know what I'm saying? And when we get to the roster here, you're going to see what I was talking about. Without further ado, let's go to it, man, because, we got it lined up for y'all today. Let's share this here. No, I hit the wrong button. Hold on. Let's go here. Bam. And then we're going to come over here to this. Let's share. Share the screen with me. Let me get y'all right in here. See, right here where I got y'all at, this is where I want y'all at. You see, y'all can see my cursor? Yep. I can see the cursor. And I can move it up and down. So this is the section that I'm going to start in right here. Like right here. Let's point this out. Offensive line. Okay, offensive line there. We got one defensive line in there. And I'm just going to show you. Mario Cristobal went on air. He's made the statement several times that he learned from Nick Saban. Mass beats ass. Sometimes I don't be knowing if I can cuss on here or not, but my show full throttle. If YouTube don't want me cussing, they're going to have to write me and tell me. But mass beats ass, man. And with that statement being said, that's why we was able to get through the playoffs. Like, football is all about the trenches, bro. You can find fast guys, you can find agile guys, you can find quarterbacks that can move, all of that, bro. I heard Coach JB, shout out to Coach JB and Smitty on their podcast. I heard him speaking on the situation about the quarterbacks. He was talking about the SEC quarterbacks, and what Coach JB said was, in today's time at quarterback, all you need is a quarterback that can move, throw screens and slants, and can get it over 25 yards over pop if the safety's not over top. And you got you a quarterback in today's time. That's how it goes. They're not into completely reading defenses. So the main part you got to win when you are building a football culture, a football team, a football dynasty, the first thing you must build is the trenches. And that's what Mario Cristobal came in doing, and that is what he is doing now. And just look, here's the cursor here. Offensive line, freshman at that, 6'4", 325, straight out of Tampa. In which this is Cannon Pickett here. If you don't know who the Pickett family is, we got Booker Pickett at defensive end, and Booker Pickett Sr. played for us too. So then you got Cannon Pickett, I believe is the cousin or something. It's all family members that with that Pickett last name, and his dad played for the Gators. That's if I'm telling you the story correct, but I know it's along them lines there, and I ain't just bull jiving y'all. So You can do the research on the story all the way yourself because I'm just excited to be here to kick off with y'all to show y'all this offensive line. Okay, another freshman, JJ Sparks, 6'3", 305. Bro, you telling me the shortest offensive lineman we got is 6'1", and he a redshirt freshman. Yeah. The next one, we got a redshirt junior here, 6'4", Jonathan Klein, 6'4", 315. Go down to another freshman, Woodrow, 6'4", 315. Do you hear the sizes of these freshmen that is coming into Miami? Ben Congdon, another freshman, 6'8", 330. Come on, man. Mario has put mass into this offensive line to the next level. I'm trying to skip down to show y'all more freshmen, linemen, okay? Redshirt freshman, Demetrius Campbell, 6'6", 330, redshirt freshman. Jaden Wilkinson, 6'6", 335. Redshirt sophomore, I won't even must attempt to do that name, but Valdez Alfonso, 6'7", 340. Redshirt sophomore, Minya, 6'6", 335. Freshman, gonna be starting for us. Offensive lineman, Jackson Cantwell, #1 offensive lineman in high school, coming out of high school this year. 6'8", 330. Redshirt sophomore, Hunter Carver. Oh, that's a tight end, though, but we'll still say it. 6'4", 245. Bro, the paint is loaded right now in Miami. The paint is loaded in Miami right now. And I didn't even go over none of our veteran players, as in a Meriwether right here, red shirt junior, 6'7", 305. Or did I even mention Joel Irvin? That's another freshman, 6'6", 330. Big freshman that's coming in. Another sophomore. Look, and first off, listen to how young our offensive line is with this size. And I know some people be like, man, you think all of them gonna pan out to be something good? Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you why I think they're gonna pan out to be something good. Because we're not just bringing kids in that's the best of the best. We bringing kids in that has the best attributes to be developed into something serious. When you have the coaching staff that we have down in Miami, when you have Mirabal and Cristobal, and you got what my man named Petter, the roots of Petter that's now at FAU coaching the O-line. But he worked with majority of our senior O-lines, the guys that's upperclassmen. But he just got the FAU actually. So when you talk about a staff that's developing players the way that they are, Huncho, Pancake Huncho, Samson Okalola, right here, Samson Okalola, 6'6", 330, red shirt junior. Look at that. We can have this man another 2 years, another 3 years. This is freaking crazy, but I doubt that because his development has been so good that this is his year to take off and really make his mark and to boost his draft stock up because he's been sitting behind the likes of first rounders, as in Mayanoa. Mayanoa just went to the Giants. First round pick, top 20, you know? You got this guy, Samson Okolona, whose nickname in high school was the Pancake Huncho. The Pancake Huncho was his nickname in high school. Man, let's keep rolling, man. The offensive line is where we needed to be at. They continue to ask us, can we replace a Markel Bell? Can we replace a Mayanoa? Can we replace a guy like Cooper, Arnez Cooper, that's at the New York Jets now? Well, we lost some veteran linemen, but understand this here. You got guys like Matthew McCoy, red shirt senior, 6'6", 325. Ryan Rodriguez, 6-year red shirt senior. 6-year red shirt senior. One more time, ELOOO. 6-year red shirt senior. 6'2", 300 pounds. Most likely will be starting at our center. In our center position, Ryan Rodriguez will be. When you got guys like those two guys who's been here at Miami the whole time, they just couldn't beat out a guy of the likes of a Noah, a guy like a Markel Bell, or a guy like a Arnez Cooper, who has proven why they couldn't beat him out, because these guys were top tier linemen that ended up being first round draft picks. I can say that we are in a great spot. We're in a great spot when we got multiple red shirt juniors and red shirt seniors and 6-year seniors on the offensive line, y'all gonna have to talk to me a little bit more about why we won't be able to replace them at a high level. Let's skip over to the defensive line, man. They're a little bit of spread in this section. They're spread all the way out a little bit on this depth chart. I was searching for another depth chart that break down, the offense, then the defense, but I could not put it together myself. Man, I just knew I needed to do an episode today for y'all. And I came on here. I've been telling y'all the last 2-3 episodes that I was gonna do the roster breakdown soon. Cause we're now at July 11th. And with that being said, before I keep going with the roster thing, happy birthday to my big sister Monique. Yes, sir. Happy birthday to my sister Monique on everything. I love you. But back to rolling like we was doing. Defensive line. Man, I'm gonna start off with the anchor, the 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 cornerstone, the everything to our defensive line this year. The defense period is gonna run through this guy because this guy is a straight monster. And when I say that he's a monster, I'm not over exaggerating, and I definitely won't sugarcoat it. This dude is a straight monster. And the monster that I'm speaking on today is Ahmad Moten Sr. Just put all the acronyms together. Ahmad Moten Sr. Yes, defensive line, 6'3", 300 pounds, red shirt senior, straight out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Listen, man, pull up the tapes, check them out, and you tell me what you see on film from Ahmad Moten. Ahmad Moten is the new Warren Sapp. This kid, it can play football to a whole nother level, and he has the size to go with it. 6'3", 300 pounds, and he's moving like a defensive end with the power of Aaron Donald. Come on, man. Then let's go up here. We got the guy that just transferred in. I'm almost sure we got him from we got him from the University of Nebraska. Keanu Davis, 6'5", 280. Another D tackle. 6'5", 280. Bro, listen to me. Listen to me. The trenches, when we talk about trenches, be careful what you say to me. Freshman, Fred Sentis, 6'3", 275. Okay. Kofel, 6'2", 270. Jarquez Carter, we got him from where? Ohio State, 6'1", 288. He's only a sophomore. Come on, man. Before I go on to talk about my tight end right here, I'm gonna keep on going D-line. Lafayette, that had to be a freshman. Yeah, I remember when we got him. 6'1", 230, late Nona. Yeah, man, that's late Nona. They ''got some ballers up there. They got some real ballers up there. Hold on, I got a couple more to show you because I'm trying to get this on one. Red shirt freshman right here, Makai Newton, 6'3", 275. Trucker Wall, freshman, 6'2", 260. Um, Defensive line, Bacon, 6'4", 275, freshman. You listen to the youth that we got over here now. This man is recruiting. Freshman, Stancil, defensive line, 6'4", 285. Nigel, 6'4", 260. These are freshman defensive linemen. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. And here's the guy I spoke on earlier with Booker Pickett Jr. One thing that I know for a fact that you wouldn't even get out of his stats. First off, he's 6'4", 230, red shirt sophomore out of Tampa, Florida. And like I told you, I believe that's his cousin, Cannon Pickett, that's on the O-line. That's a freshman. The thing that you will notice if you was to watch tape of Booker Pickett is how fast he is. This is probably one of the fastest defensive ends I've ever laid eyes on, ever. And I'm talking about in history. I've watched a lot of football for a long time, and he's one of the fastest defensive ends I've ever seen. And he's 6'4", 230, redshirt sophomore. So y'all just keep paying attention because with Booker Pickett Jr. comes Herbert Stroggins III right here, 6'3", 245. Another one. When he comes off the ball, the first thing that will catch your attention is his speed, his get off, his explosion. Yeah, we ain't came across the one I'm looking for yet. Where we at? Okay, Armando Blunt. Armando Blunt is such a unicorn on our defense that you guys are going to realize even more this year, because the question is with our defensive line is, can we replace a Ruben Bain? Can we replace what's my man name? God, good gracious. It's slipping my mind right now because of what everything. Messador. Akeem Messador. Can we replace Akeem Messador? Can we replace Ruben Bain? It's the question that the whole world is asking us right now because of the dominance that those two produced on the University of Miami. That's the question. And I got the answer before we even get close to kickoff. I promise you, we will be replacing them at a high level, not just putting somebody on the field to play football. We're going to put people on the field that's going to make you question whether we're juicing these kids up down here on the defensive line. Because Armando Blunt, 6'4", 265, he can play outside on the defensive end, or he can play into the interior at 1 tech or the 3 tech. I pray that you guys have been studying football enough to understand the terminology of 1 tech, 3 tech. 1 tech is my guy that's right in the middle between that center and that guard, and he'll be more shaded to that center shoulder. And most likely he'll be getting double teamed the whole game. So you got to have a certain caliber player that can play the 1 tech. And then it's another type of defensive tackle that you can put at the 3 tech that's outside of that guard shoulder. And guess what? He should be able to move a little bit. And you telling me that this kid can play 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. He can play any tech that you want to put him at. Armando Blunt, another one, who's a junior this year. That's so crazy how time fly for some of these kids, for real, man. He's been rotating in and out, in and out, in and out. Now it's your time to shine. There's another one, Hayden Lowe, in which everybody know, if you follow football, you know Hayden Lowe wasn't with us for spring. He was dealing with some personal stuff, and as far as I know, he got it together. Hayden Lowe, 6'5", 255, redshirt freshman, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Man, come on, man. We rocking, man. Sean Charles, another freshman, 6'2", 230, was a great pickup for us. But here we are, coming up on the people I've been looking for. I just sung y'all. I gave you a little country tone, and I hope that you like it, though. Yeah. All right, here you go. Let me stop playing with y'all. Marquise Lightfoot, 6'5", 230 pounds. And I'm looking for him, Marquise Lightfoot, and Damian Wilson will be our 2 starting defensive ends. They should be the first 2 into rotation. Marquise Lightfoot will start there. This kid has sat back quietly behind Ruben Bain and Messador. He's been heavily rotated into the rotation. When I think of Marquise Lightfoot, I think about the playoffs, and I'm almost sure it was the Ole Miss game. He came off the edge. Ruben Bain finally came off the field doing a defensive snap. He needed to breathe because they was running no huddle. They ran 9 plays on us, and then they put Marquise Lightfoot in, and he came in, and he blew up a block from the running back. They should have that on the college hype for the 2026-2027 season that's coming up. Him blowing up that block should be a part of the hardest hits for the hype up for the next year, because that will get your blood boiling. That will give you goosebumps and your hair standing. If you watch that and you understand real physical football, you're going to love this kid. Marquise Lightfoot, and then Damian Wilson. A lot of people don't know who Damian Wilson is, and I'm glad they don't, because they still talking to us like we don't have the caliber players on the roster to replace a caliber player like a Messador or a Bain. And when we talk about Damian Wilson, you got to understand, Damian Wilson was originally recruited by Georgia. Damian Wilson played at Georgia. Damian Wilson was one of the top players on Georgia's defense when Georgia was still Georgia, before everybody else was able to do NIL. See, they don't like to talk about Bama won't be Bama no more. Georgia won't be Georgia no more, because the playing field is now even against those guys. Damian Wilson was a caliber player at Georgia that was highly sought. He was one of the best players in the transfer portal when he left Georgia. Ended up going to Missouri last year, put on a freaking clinic at pass rushing, over 10 sacks. Like, you adding a guy like that to our defense with Corey Hellerman calling it, with all the pressure that he sends behind that defensive line that we present. I just told you about Ahmad Moten, and you know what? I still ain't came across my other D tackle. Hold on. There you go. Justin Scott, bro. Freaking Justin Scott, a junior, 6'4", 303. straight out of Chicago, Chi-Town in the building, huh? Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man. Chi-Town in the building. Justin Scott, man, listen. You want to talk about big violence? You want to talk about firing off of the ball? I don't care if you doing whatever your O-line consider themselves trying to do between Ahmad Moten and Justin Scott. You guys is going, yeah, man. They're going to understand what Mario been doing. It goes back to that clip that I played in the beginning of this. We ain't just out here running our mouth talking, bro. This stuff is going on to a high level. And I haven't even went over a defensive back, linebacker, none of that. And I'm good right now. Like literally, I feel good on what I done already told y'all, because I know the people who watch this, they're gonna be like, Earl love talking about his team. But the day I'm explaining, the other thing is, I remember a couple years ago looking at Miami roster, and it was people from up north and all this stuff here. And the people that we was getting from up north wasn't even ballers like that. When you look at our roster now, look right here in this section right here. When you look at our roster now and you see our outside, I'm gonna scroll down one more time. And every outside floor, every player that's from outside of Florida, I'm gonna stop at their name, right? And I'm gonna let you know if this is a real baller. Do they start on our team? Is there a difference maker? And I can promise you, it's gonna be less than 3 that's not playing. Less than 3, that's what I'm calling. Because right now, we at the top. We got 1 in this little section right here that's not from Florida. And I'm talking about out the trenches of Florida, right? Because you got Malachi Tony right there. We don't even need to speak on that. Liberty City, Carver Ranchers in Florida, Omar Thornton. Oh, my God. I said his name. I said his name. Omar Thornton, defensive back. And he only a junior, so we got 2 years with him. Omar Thornton will be the replacement of Keontae Scott. And I promise you, we won't lose a beat, bro. Like, I'm so excited for this year. We excited for this year, brother. Okay, let's go ahead and do what I just said we're going to do. Let's do the scroll. On the first lip, New Jersey, Pleasantville. Who is that? That's Muhammad Toure, bro. Alhamdulillah. 6'2", 235, straight monster. If you want to have a clip to look up Muhammad Toure, look up Muhammad Toure in the playoffs against Texas A&M. Yeah, right before Bryce Fitzpatrick, right before Bryce Fitzpatrick got that interception that ended the game, that sent us to the next round to go play Ole Miss, Muhammad Toure knocked himself out, making sure that kid didn't catch that. Because if Muhammad Toure don't lay himself on the line like that, that guy catches the ball, Texas A&M wins the game. Muhammad Toure not only knocked the ball out of the dude's hands on that hit, he knocked himself out, completely locked up on the field, and he didn't have a concussion either. The dude is a straight beast, man. I can't wait for y'all to see number 1 running around the field. Muhammad Toure will be one of our golden era players on our team, okay? All right, that was Muhammad Toure. Now I'm rolling, and I hit. The next one I hit, a red shirt freshman, straight out of Georgia, Luke Nickel. I don't even think I need to talk about Georgia players neither. Florida, Georgia, I feel like that's the South, bro. So, yeah, like, I don't even need to speak on Luke Nickel. If y'all don't know who Luke Nickel is, you ain't been following football no way. I just told y'all who Justin Scott was. That's Chicago, okay? They go an Omaha, Nebraska kid. Shamar Brown, bro. Marty Brown, bro. Like, straight dogs. If we done got them from out of Florida, we know how they ball. If we done got them from anywhere outside of Florida, Georgia area, Louisiana area, if they ain't out the South and we got them on our roster, I promise you, they dogs, bro. They're dogs. Marty Brown, the way that man took that rock, man, get right, man. Man, forget moving on anywhere else. I can't go past it right here. The Fort Pierce, Florida on the roster for the University of Miami, baby. We done had a couple of them before, all the way back to Ryan McNeil back in the days playing for Miami and ended up going to the NFL and playing for the Cowboys. He won a national championship with Miami, straight leaving from Fort Pierce, Westwood. Woo! Huh? Ryan McNeil left from Fort Pierce, Westwood, went to the University of Miami. Luther Robinson left from Fort Pierce, Westwood, went to the University of Miami. what my man name that's up there at the Raiders right now. Y'all got to forgive me, man. My brain be running, and when I go to talk about the history of Fort Pierce, especially the Westwood players, you already know how I get. But we got a defensive end. Um, it's gonna come to me at the last minute, man. But if we got a defensive end that's playing for the Raiders right now, came straight from Fort Pierce, in which he went to John Carroll, then he went to Vero Beach, and he went up to University of Miami. Then his last year he transferred to SMU, and then he went over to and now he's at the Raiders. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to all the guys that got that pipeline running from Fort Pierce to University of Miami. As in the young guy Sean Tatum that's about to make it happen too. Fort Pierce to Miami is a beautiful situation. If you have the opportunity to make that move, make that move. Your parents ain't got to travel that far to Miami to come watch you play, and they can come see you almost every day if they need to. Go Miami right there. And on Saturdays when you play, it only takes them an hour to make it to the stadium. Hard Rock Stadium is an hour away from Fort Pierce, Florida. So yeah, it's a beautiful situation, bro. I just love to see that there, but we'll keep it rolling on the outsiders. That's what I'm calling them, the outsiders. When you see these names that don't say Florida or Georgia or any of the South states by their name, are they dogs? Is what I'm asking myself today when I'm going down this roster. But we'll go back to Vondravious too, that Fort Pierce, Florida connection. The next one I see is Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're still questioning what Elijah Lofton can do, you're crazy. The dude is a straight monster. He's a tight end that literally played running back, wide receiver, and everything else involving touching the ball in high school at Bishop Gorman. He was in Las Vegas at Bishop Gorman, one of the top-rated schools in the nation, and he was their top player. The only problem we've had with Elijah Lofton is keeping him healthy. He had a banged up year last year. So if we can get Elijah Lofton healthy for his junior season, I'm telling you, bro, we got something that's another weapon for Darian Mensah. And when we speak on Darian Mensah, he the next one that's up here. He's from California. We got him in from Duke. He originally took off and went to it wasn't Toledo, it was Tulane. Darian Wilson was at Tulane, and he transferred to Duke, won the ACC championship, threw for over almost 4,000 yards last season, and he brung over his top receiver with him, which I'm pretty sure we're going to come across his name because he's not from Florida. But yeah, Darian Mensah, Heisman campaign, bro. That's what comes to my mind when I think of Darian Mensah. A Heisman campaign is on the boundaries right now. I'm not knocking Carson Beck in no form, shape, or way, but what I will say is I believe we're in a much better situation than we was last year at quarterback with a guy like Darian Mensah who fits the mold of Miami, as in a Cam Ward, a guy who can improvise during the play. The pocket folds, the pocket breaks down. I can see Darian Mensah rolling that, doing the drop off to an Elijah Lofton, doing the drop off to a Vondravious Jacobs, and don't forget about my man Cam Vaughn. We got receivers for days, man. And like I said, I ain't even saying nothing about Malachi Tony because I know that's what y'all want to hear, and I want y'all to know that we got so many players on our team that Malachi Tony gonna be Malachi Tony, brother. Malachi, I already talked to y'all about Marquise Lightfoot. He's from Chicago. I didn't even know that. Kamal Burner, Georgia. You know, like I said, they out of Florida, Georgia, the South States. I ain't gonna say too much about them. We got us another California kid, Vince Stafford, 4.2 runner. Vince Stafford is a 4.2 runner, freshman, just came in. Another California, Israel Briggs, tight end. I'm not going to lie. I remember when he signed, but I don't know much about Israel Briggs. And that's crazy for me because I've been on top of this stuff like crazy, bro. So Israel Briggs is from California too. We got a lot of California on here, man. We done bring them around. We bringing them around down here. Um, Hayden Lowe, Los Angeles, California. We spoke on Hayden. We already told you Hayden the dog. Um, Jabari Antoine out of Louisiana. This kid, he showed me enough last year. We had to throw him in the rotation due to injury and stuff. And that kid showed that he is next level. He's next level. I can't wait to see him on the field too. Let's keep going. Another Georgia, Cam Vaughn, who I just spoke on. one of the most under talked about guys on our roster right now because of the likes of Malachi Tony, because of the likes of look, Cooper Barquet is right up under him. Cam Vaughn from Georgia, Cooper Barquet is from California. Cooper Barquet is the receiver that came over from Duke with Darian Mensah. So therefore, there's a connection that's already there, and I already know that Cooper Barquet is a dog. He went over 1,000 yards last year, 1,100 yards last year. We the only team got two returning wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards last year. Cooper Barquet, straight out of California. Keep going. All right. I see what I consider out of bounds. I see an Ohio cat on our roster, bro. I see a Akron, Ohio at that. And let me tell you about this kid. Another freshman. Mario's killing it, bro. Milan Paris, 6'5", 195. Freshman. He is 6'5", 195. By this time next year, that kid will be 205 at least. 6'5", 205. Wide receiver. Moving. That's the other thing I can't show y'all through this stream when I'm showing you they height and weight, where they from, what grade they in, what class they is. You know, you can see they numbers and everything, but you can't see the stuff that really jump off the film about these guys that I'm talking about. And the speed that's on this roster is loaded with speed and power. I just broke down the trenches to y'all. The offensive line is freaking monsters that was created in the middle of a locksmith somewhere. Yeah, Sasquatch and them kids. That's what we got out here. We got Sasquatch and them kids out here on the offensive line and defensive line. You feel me? Let's keep rolling, man. Let's go, man. You see all these Floridas, Miami's, Boynton Beach, Lauderdale's, all that there, Winter Garden. They go to North Carolina. Camden Portis. Do we even need to talk? To be honest with you, Camden I mean, his family probably moved to Carolina, but that's Clinton's son, bro. Camden Portis is Clinton Portis' son. The legend from freaking the University of Miami, bro. We're not taking this in Charlotte, North Carolina. Camden Portis. That's a legacy baby, boy. That's a legacy baby. He Dade County all the way through and through. Whoa, now this is something I didn't know. I didn't know Cam Pruitt wasn't from Florida. But look where he's from. Another southern state that is known for them backwood country behind football players. He is from Theodore, Alabama. You mean to tell me that they let Cam Pruitt get out of... Cam Pruitt is a linebacker that at least run a 4.440, if not a 4.3. But I'm just going to say a 4.440. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he was from Alabama. Shout out Cam Pruitt, man. You're going to have a big year this year. I can tell you that now. Irving, California, Ethan O'Connor. You know what? I ain't going to lie to y'all. Ethan probably the only one that, I ain't going to knock him. He had an up and down game in the playoffs because he was forced into the role at that time because of that. The hit against Ohio State, I believe it was Ohio State, but Xavier Howard got ejected from a game in which that made him... Yeah, that was the Ole Miss game. Xavier Howard laid that, Xavier Lucas laid that wood on, boy. They said it was a helmet to helmet in which, so he got taken out that game, and then he was suspended for the first half of the national championship, in which once he made his way on the field for the national championship, Indiana was put in the bag, boxed in. If my man played a whole game, bro, and again, I ain't gonna knock Ethan O'Connor too bad because I love the effort, bro. And in the defense that we playing, the way that Corey Heatherman calls those blitzes, it's difficult to be a cornerback in there if you're not already a cornerback that loves to be in man-to-man coverage. If you're a cornerback that loves to be in man-to-man coverage, you're gonna love this defense. If you're a cornerback that's just learning man-to-man defense, this gonna be what I think happened to Ethan O'Connor is just going through the fire, learning what you got to learn, going through the fire at the wrong times. You at the national championship level when you're going against the best offense in the nation for that year. We the best defense in the nation from that year. He went through the fire learning man-to-man coverage while we blitzing. Them boys went to throwing them back shoulder passes on Ethan O'Connor, and he, my. Like, let's just say I almost broke some TVs, man. And yeah, I'm too old for that type of stuff. But look, JJ Dunnigan, straight out of Kentucky. If you haven't looked this freshman up, let me tell you, JJ Dunnigan is gonna be one of those ones. The kid is blazing, his coverage amazing. Yeah, we got ballers in Miami, man. Keep going down this roster. Missouri City, Texas. Nick Thomas, another kid that I probably can't tell. I can't tell you nothing about Nick Thomas. I know nothing about him. A redshirt sophomore. I'm gonna go do my homework. Now, see, look, we done got one or two of them that skipped through on me. I don't know who the heck they are. But for the most part, straight ballers. So Nick Thomas, when I look him up, I won't even be amazed if he another one that's just, top tier. We almost through here, y'all. We almost through here. But I'm just looking at people that's from out of the way on us. I got another freshman that I don't know. He's from New Jersey, Nagel. I know about Nagel, the defensive lineman. He good. Straight dogs. Straight dogs. Where we at? Hoover, Alabama, Bacon. Bacon was he picked between some of the top colleges that when he chose Miami over a lot of those top colleges. Virginia, tight end, redshirt junior, 6'7", 255. Excited to see this guy get on the field. I think he's more of a blocking tight end than anything. But with the new tight ends coach that we got, with these type of tight end, with these type of bills, 6'7", 255, yeah, the run game gonna get nasty, man. The run game gonna get real nasty when you talk about running behind the offensive line that I just presented to you, and then we talk about running behind the caliber, running with the caliber running backs that we have. Marty Brown, Mark Fletcher, Gerald Pringle, Jordan Lau. Man, we got ballers over here, man. We got ballers. Let's stop this right here. We got per ballers over here at University of Miami, and I'm more than happy. It's like you can go on my page, look at all my shorts, and you will find the parts where I done, stepped out and broke it down to y'all. Oh, we've been rolling. We've been rolling breaking down that roster, you feel me? But it's a blessing to be on here with y'all once again. And today we just strictly broke down the roster of the University of Miami to a point that I felt was necessary, especially me breaking down that O-line, D-line. Like, bro, I'm telling y'all, what Mario Cristobal has done with bringing the coaches that he's brought in, D. Lewis, my man Jason Taylor on that defensive line, them dudes doing their thing, man. Kevin Beard with the receivers, the type of receivers we got in there, the linebackers coach, bro, we're loaded. All the new guys that's in the secondary now. We done had some secondary moves. We had running back coach moves, and still look at what we got. Look at how we doing it. If you look at any of the practices from Miami, the caliber of practices that Mario is hosting down there, nonstop, full action. I am tuned in, completely ready. We got a couple more weeks to the season start, and I just want y'all to know, if you don't like us, man, put your money where your mouth at with me. You heard what I told you? I said, if you don't like us this year, put your money where your mouth at with me. Cause I'm you'd up. You heard me? I'm you'd up. Yeah. I ain't booed up. I'm you'd up. Yes, sir. But before we go, I got one more thing I gotta share with you, man. I told y'all, man, we got a guy from Fort Pierce, Florida on the roster. So therefore, that's what we gotta show y'all. Who we getting? I'm gonna go with this one right here, a little short clip. And y'all just rock out with me. Look at him. Ooh! Yeah. Hey. Look at him. Throw them W's up, baby. Them Westwood babies been putting on. Chill. He had to get his way out of bounds. He found a way out. You see him? Chill. Hey. Look at him. Turn up. That boy got speed, boy. That Fort Pierce, Florida, baby. Huh? I can't wait to see that boy in that orange and green with that U on that helmet. Look at him. Yeah. Thanks for watching, man. Hey, like I told you, I had to leave y'all with that treat right there, man. That's that Vondravius Jacobs highlights. Straight out of Hold on. Oh, I'm being interrupted by my own stuff, bro. Hold on. Get back up there. Stop playing with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Devondre Rich Jacobs highlights. Just a couple of them, man. That man straight out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Played for Westwood. That is the high school that I coach defensive line at. That is the high school that I am the JV head coach at this current time. Going into my second season as both of them. Shout out to them babies over there at Westwood, man. Them boys growing up, man. I call them babies because they young, like freshmen and sophomores. The team is mostly produced of. Um, I should do a roster breakdown of the Wood too, huh? We almost season time, bro. Come July 27th, that's the first day of fall ball for all football, for all the high schools around here. I'm not sure when fall ball starts in college, but I guarantee you it's in a week or two towards the end of July. So this the most beautiful time of the year. I'm still gonna come and do a breakdown of Tampa Bay Buccaneers because we got some stuff on the roster that I can't wait to break down with y'all. Same way I just did with the Miami Hurricanes. And then when it gets closer and closer, I break down the Miami Heat too, man, because these my teams, man. This is what I love to do. This is what I love to be at. Um, Hey, sitting here chopping it up with y'all every day that I do get on with y'all. It's beautiful, man. Shout out to everybody who's always showing love, who's always letting me know that the stuff that I'm putting out on these platforms is beautiful and is much needed. Um, I have these thoughts, these conversations with myself. I'm a full Gemini, man. I talk to myself. My wife always asks me, she like, what side I'm talking to? I try to be the same consistent person within the household, but man, let me tell you something, man. When you a creator, you a creator. I do music. I do all kind of stuff, man, that's creative. So therefore, I have these same conversations with me first. Then I come and chop it up with y'all. Then I drop it to y'all, and y'all give me y'all feedback and everything. And then on the next episode, I respond. So y'all keep it up. Y'all keep writing me, let me know how y'all like it and everything. But before I go ahead and let y'all move on with the rest of y'all day, um, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Kingdom Hair Products. Y'all already know how that go. www dot hold on www.kingdomhaircare.etsy.com. All right. Okay. Here it is. We swinging and rolling. Y'all know that we always at the barbershop, legit cuts barbershop, doing what we do with those clippers and those shears, man, cutting them up. I do have products in the store inside of there. I do have a store inside of the shop. So if you need some products, you swing by, you get some at any time. If not, just hit the website, place your order, or you can go on, just DM us on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll get that order out to y'all, man. We ship out as soon as the orders come. As soon as they come, we send off. So shout out to Kingdom Hair Care, and shout out to the barbershop. Y'all know how we kicking it down there, man. We doing it. And like I always say, shout out to Westwood too. But with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all move on with y'all day because we've been rocking. We've been rocking good, and I done broke this roster down to a high level. Y'all probably didn't even know we had that much size and ability on our roster, but it is what it is, man. We in the building, man. It's your boy ELOOO. And like I always say on here, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face, and we can make the world a better place, man. And what else I always tell y'all, you got to make sure you do it on time with me now. You got to do one finger, two fingers, peace.